we studied in the previous classes about the rural areas. How does the self-help governments of the rural areas will be formed? And also we studied about the communities and Grama Panchayats, how does the Grama Panchayats perform and what amenities will be provided, what facilities will be provided by the Grama Panchayats, that we studied in the previous classes. And how we elect village sarpanch, how we elect ward members, how ward members are participating in the Grama Sabhas and villages, how the authorities to ask their amenities to the representative person to whom they were elected. These are the things we were studied in the previous session of the online classes. And now today we are going to start new chapter, 14th chapter, local self-government in urban areas. We studied in previous classes about rural areas. Now in today's class we are studying about urban areas. So urban areas, which means cities, mainly well-developed cities we can say. The rural areas, which means the small villages which cannot comprise and which cannot contain high amount of the population. So urban areas, the formation of the local self-help, local self-government in urban areas. How does this, what population is required to what urban area, that we will study in this today's class. Look at the illustration of a city given below. What do you think are the difference between the villages and cities? Yes. There is a difference between villages and cities. Villages are called rural areas, cities are called urban areas. Remind it. What kinds of the public amenities are needed and available in cities? What are the different sources of the livelihoods of the people in urban areas? What kind of amenities do such works require? Discuss these points in the class. Rural areas have the sarpanch, he will provide the public amenities. Urban areas have mayor, who will provide the public facilities. That we will get into the details of this chapter. Towns and cities are places where large number of people live. Roads in many parts of the cities are wider and busier. There are more shops, vehicles and industries in the cities. They require a lot more planning and amenities than in rural areas. So obviously here the rural areas were not fully traffic or the fully public and more shops and the large amount of the population we cannot find in the villages, in rural areas. Meanwhile here in the urban areas we can find a lot of public facilities are less and the very busy roads and more vehicles, traffics and very markets are very big and very further away of the shops and lengthy markets and categorized markets. These are all things we can find in the cities, which means in the urban areas. Moreover, every year more and more people are shifting to the towns in search of the employment and livelihoods. So the size of the cities is growing day by day and new colonies are coming up constantly. Many of these colonies are in the form of the slums in which a large number of the poor people live and work. They should be assured of water and electricity supply, transports, schools and hospitals. A major problem in cities is disposal of the waste materials or garbage and drainage, which means in cities place is less, density is more. In less place there is very more and more people are living in cities. The density rate is very high in the cities compared to villages. And in cities the lot of amount of the waste materials requirement, like industries are in cities, there are several industries will release the wastage of the into the drainages, into the water bodies. So these all the occurrences will happen in the cities. Thus providing the public amenities in towns and cities is a very complex job and needs a large organization. This organization is called the municipality. There are three kinds of the municipal bodies. There are how many kinds? There are how many types? There are how many kinds of the municipal bodies are available? Question may ask as 2 marks. There are how many kinds of the municipal bodies are available? There are 3 kinds of the municipal bodies depending upon the size of population. There are 3 kinds of the municipal bodies depending upon the size of the population. Yes, depending upon the size of population only, there are the 3 types of the municipal bodies are categorized. Then what are they? See here, Nagar Panchayat. Nagar Panchayat, if the city population is, if the urban area population is 20,000 to 40,000. If suppose the city population is 20,000 to 40,000, having means that is called Nagar Panchayat. That area is called Nagar Panchayat. If suppose the city population is increased, suppose Nagar Panchayat population is increased 40,000 to 3 lakhs. 40,000 to 3 lakhs, which means that is called municipal council. What it is called? Municipal council. If the population is above 40,000 to 3 lakhs, that is called municipal council. If suppose more than 3 lakhs, if suppose in municipal council the population is increased more than 3 lakhs, which means that is called municipal corporation. That area is called municipal corporation. That city is called municipal corporation. Remind this: 20 to 40,000 Nagar Panchayat, 40 to 3 lakhs municipal council, more than 3 lakhs municipal corporation. So that was the thing here, formation of the municipalities. Like the village panchayats, the municipalities too are formed through the elections. Urban areas are also divided into the wards and divisions. People are elected as the representatives. These representatives are called the councillors in municipal towns and the corporators in the corporation cities. Apart from the ward councillors, there are also the mayors or the chairpersons who head the institution, like the sarpanches in the panchayats, like how does the performance done by the sarpanches in the villages, so like that the municipal in the mayors in the municipal mayors in the Nagar Panchayats and municipal corporation. See here, Nagar Panchayat, municipal council and municipal corporation has a mayor. But here Nagar Panchayat has the councillor. Nagar Panchayat has the councillor. Municipal council has also the councillor. Here municipal corporation has a corporator to each ward. Corporator to each area. So like that, the corporation, these representatives are called councillors in the municipal towns and corporators in the corporation cities. Apart from the ward councillors, there are also mayors or chairpersons who head the institutions like the sarpanches in the panchayats do. As per election procedure followed to elect the Gram Panchayat, the chairman and the mayor are elected directly by the enrolled voters of the municipality and corporation. So this will done in the continuation process as the elections held in the villages. So like that only in the villages also the workout of the elections will be continued. So remaining chapter we will continue in the next session of the online class. You have to write keywords and prepare some 1 mark questions of this chapter. And remaining class we will continue in the next session of the online class. Thank you.